eXp is a platform like YouTube. Because do brokerages actually sell any real estate?
It's the agents.
Just like content creators create all the content.
Right.
It's a platform. The antiquated model of brokerage, they are a platform, but they're existing in the physical world, and that's not where platforms exist. eXp as a platform has two components. One is operational excellence and processing transactions. So if you took the top 250 agents in eXp, they'd be the 9th largest brokerage in the country. These are agents that have $10 million revenue businesses. They're agents. It needs to operate very efficient. But the second component is very interesting, an experiment in distributed leadership. In antiquated hierarchical models,
Oh, I see.
leadership is concentrated.
Yes.
What happens when you have concentrated leadership? It stagnates, protectionist, this is mine. This is a super highway for leaders. So what I was explaining to people, I did a little breakout on attraction. I was like, do you think I had to call Glenn Sanford and get permission to do what I'm doing, this event? He has no idea what I'm doing. Last year, we took leaders to the Dominican Republic. You think I called the CEO and was like, hey, is this okay if I do this? I don't need permission. It's a super highway for leaders. So what's happening is what people don't realize. I was in a mastermind and Leo was in the room. I'm like, hey guys, just so you know, I'm in the brokerage business. I have an operational partner though, who runs the whole thing. Leo, can you stand up and raise your hand, please? He's like, that guy. And the whole team run the whole thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what my job is? Bring him to the well. That's it. And educate him. That's all I do. I can have exponential growth because am I limited geographically? Platforms aren't limited geographically.
Oh yeah, and that's
We have 401 agents in 15 states. That's crazy. While everybody else is shrinking and contracting. So for them, here's how it turns it on its head. For those brokers, one, their business is a loss mitigation business. They're constantly trying to figure out how to not lose money.
yeah.
This turns it on its head. Now it's a profitable thing. So that guy, when we sat down with him, he's like, my profit margin is 5%. In 5 years, there won't be any profit. I said, in your model, there won't.
A couple of the anywhere brands are trying to expand their ownership of title companies to be able to
Make up for that.
Right. And and the partnerships that they're having with entities such as Rocket Mortgage and the other ones that they've done, those are not working because the agents are resistant, and not only resistant, they actually resent the fact that you're trying to get them to use a specific title
100%.
company. And what's happening is that the quality of the relationship
It's going down.
it's gone down. That's why I was like, okay, I'm done with this system of trying to keep everybody, happy, and they're not happy.
A, you make it from loss mitigation to profitable. B, brokerage is a recruiting business. You have to constantly professionally bring on agents.
Right.
The problem is in those antiquated models, there's only one person that's responsible for that. And nobody else is incentivized to do anything. We're here this month, I've brought on 20 agents. I personally only brought on one. Now I have an army of people that are helping me.
Everybody has the same exact opportunity.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah. And then 3, you radically improve the value proposition. You get equity now, you get stock. You didn't get that before.
And so Luis can tell you, I had made an offer, a pretty sizable offer, to be able to fulfill, my recruiting goals, right?
Yeah.
When he walked away, I'm like, whoa, that's strange.
When Jose did?
Yes.
You go that offer to me $250,000.
Yeah.
He was probably like, oh, it's a done deal. I'm going to write this check and he's coming right away.
Oh, no. I mean, I didn't approach it that way.
Oh, he's the one that you told him when you were like, hey.
It was Global Bank at the time that made me the offer based on the listings that I had. $5,000 per.
But you knew it was a payday advance. You saw through it.
What I told them very quickly, I'm like, hey, or to be honest, like, I'm going to pay that to the company within like 3 to 4 months. Like, this is a pay advance. I told them, come back to me with a much larger number, like $2, $3, $4 million.
Maybe we'll have a conversation.
Then we can have a conversation.
Check this quote out. And most people aren't business people. They can't see through it. So here's what I'm aware of. In that model, what they've resorted to is that and contractual arbitrage.
Well,
They get you to sign a contract. And then what they say is, hey, we'll give you this money in tranches. And every time, by the way, because you don't read the whole agreement, every time we give it to you, it extends the agreement. That's crazy.
Not only that, but then I chose a model that didn't provide me with
Anything.
like
But
no for sale sign, no business,
and no money.
no special treatment. It was like literally just like you get a $16,000 cap, you get ownership and the opportunity to bring on a.
But here's what came up for me when I heard it. In the absence of value, the only thing to compete on is price.
Right.
I'm sure you remember a time where they were like, bro, I heard they don't get paid over there. I heard it takes like 3 weeks to get paid, or hey, I heard it takes a month to get on. Well, that's what happens when you go from like 1,000 to 10,000 in a year. It's explosive. You need really good leadership to like deal with that. So that's a challenge. But when you're the incumbent, now you have different set of challenges. First,